Welcome to episode 3 of On the Couch with Zeus. You know, couch co-op without you actually playing. Today we're going to be talking about what system is the best. We're looking at PlayStation 4, we're looking at Xbox, we're looking at Nintendo Switch. Of those three, the major three. We won't get into PC gaming, and PC gaming is something I will address a little bit later on in a later episode. So for right now, we're talking about the big three. I wrote down a couple bullet points here to go over, see which topics I wanted to hit with the big three. First up, we're going to be talking about the hardware. Okay, hardware. Now, hardware could be broken down to cosmetic, could be broken down to memory, it could be broken down to capability, capacity. Capacity is a better word to say. With the big three, we're looking at who has the best hardware. For me, when I think of hardware, I think about what I would like to use the most, what I would think is the best thing to put my hands on as far as like game interaction, what have you. And what I'm looking at with that is, first and foremost, controllers. A controller is something you're going to be putting your hands on the most. A controller is something that you're going to be interacting with the game. And without a comfortable controller, you will not necessarily enjoy the game. And I'll give you a good and a bad example of that. The good example of that will be Xbox. Their controller with the analog stick, the lead analog stick where you use all your directionals and your turn by turn and stuff like that. That controller has analog stick up in the top portion of the controller, and then like your directional, as far as like your camera angle stuff, that analog stick is at the bottom right. This I find to be the most comfortable controller on the market. All the button placements are economical. Your fingers are not cramped. Bigger hands. I have big hands. So it's something that is comfortable, and I feel like I can play longer with an Xbox controller. The exact opposite of that is the Nintendo Joy-Cons. When Nintendo Switch released, they released with these little bitty Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are small. The Joy-Con adapter is small. When the Nintendo Switch came out, I was playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and you know, it took my hands a while to get adjusted to that controller. My fingers were getting cramped. My palms were aching. So that's probably the worst of the three. PlayStation is in the middle with this controller, where I just think their analog sticks are just in a bad place, period. Going on to the rest of the hardware, Xbox, PlayStation, they can handle a lot of graphics. They can handle big capacity games. They have better storage as far as memory goes. The leader of that right now is Xbox. I mean, wish they go back and forth on. Xbox just now has the most powerful system. But up until this point, PlayStation historically has had the fastest and most powerful system on the market. Limited editions, cosmetic stuff as far as like the consoles go, I will say that Xbox again has the lead on this. I believe that the Xbox design team is by far the best of all three. The thing that gives PlayStation the leg up is that PlayStation is manufactured and is in home overseas in Asia and Japan. So what that means to collectors like me is that there are a lot of PlayStation consoles that are not available here in the United States that are exclusive to that region. They are region-free consoles, which means you can play any type of content on them, but they just don't release here in the United States. With that being said, those things are very rare to us here in America, and that does have a bit more of a desirable effect when you know you can't get a system only because it's released in Japan. User interface. Now with user interface, I'm looking at how easy it is for you to navigate your home screens. What do you have on your home screens? Me, personally, all of these are my opinions, first and foremost. I still will go with Xbox. Xbox has released a system that feels more so like it's supposed to be a home hub for all your streaming channels. Their home pages are easier to navigate. more customization when it comes to your home screen. You can have pins and stuff up. There's a lot of things you can do with Xbox's home screen. PlayStation and Nintendo, you literally just slide from left to right on a linear, I think that's linear, a linear row. You go up and down for certain things on PlayStation. On Nintendo, is literally just from left to right. Not much of UI there. Multiplayer, I'm giving it to Xbox, and I know you guys are thinking, well, how many of these are going to give the Xbox? Believe me, Xbox has its downfalls, and it's coming soon. But multiplayer, I found that with Xbox's multiplayer platform, I am able to join parties easier. I am able to connect with my friends easier. The thing that inhibits me from playing multiplayer with PlayStation, and Nintendo's not even a conversation in this one, but the thing that helps me with multiplayer with Xbox is that a lot of the competitive games I want to play, it falls right back to the hardware. If I'm not comfortable with the controller, or I like a controller better, I feel I have a more competitive edge with a better controller. I'm going to play a multiplayer game where I feel the most comfortable. First party games at the moment has to go to PlayStation. Fan, you could say either Nintendo or PlayStation, but PlayStation definitely has the leg up right now. They have the better games. They have God of War, they have Spider-Man, they have Yakuza series, which is really good. They're also going to get Shenmue. They've just been releasing better games. Xbox is the worst. The last first party game that I played from them that I really enjoyed was Gears of War, and I want to say that was back in 2016, October 2016. I'll double check that. Third party game, Xbox again for me. It really just comes back to hardware. Your third party game, you're looking at, where do I want to play this game at that I feel more comfortable? Go with something that you're feeling comfortable playing. Now, I will say Nintendo Switch is kind of a second. If a video game, and the problem is the Nintendo Switch is not really getting all the games as the other two are. So if you're looking at a game that's coming across all three, and it's a game that you don't particularly care for the graphics on, yeah, you could arguably say Nintendo Switch will win that one because you could take it anywhere. As far as third-party games go, if the game is released on two of the platforms or all three of the platforms, I'm going Xbox first. Also, I will also go Xbox because since they have no first-party video games, you want to make sure you're playing your systems because you pay money for your systems. Why not go with a system that doesn't have the first-party games there? Play a third-party game at Xbox. That's gonna about do it with this episode. If you're wondering why I didn't talk about graphics, if you're wondering why I didn't talk about certain things, it's intentional. Those things will be coming up in a later episode. This is the first week of consistent posting. I want to get this thing growing, man. If y'all know anybody who likes video games, let them know about me. Peace.